Hey Periscope, I hope you're having an awesome afternoon. Thanks so much for tuning in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jasmine Nemec. I'm a running coach over at mommysmarathon.com. You can also check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Mommy's Marathon. Thanks for tuning in, friends. And today we're going to talk a little bit about shin splints. I have a huge passion for runners, and a couple of my girls lately have been just saying they've been having some shin pain. So I thought I would get on and talk to you because I know this is a common problem that runners face, is having shin splints. Now, if you don't know what shin splints are a pain that you're going to feel in your lower leg. So they're going to be anywhere from your lower knee down to where your foot meets your ankle. And they can be two types of pain. They can be lower leg pain that is on the inside of the leg, which is going to be right here. And that's going to be medial shin splints. Or you can also feel pain on the front right here. This is less common, but also possible. And that is anterior shin splints. Most runners feel pain right here in their shin. And there's a lot of reasons why runners have shin splints, and some of them are actually the runner's fault, unfortunately. A lot of times, shin splints can come from overpronation, which basically means your foot, if this is your foot here, let me see if I can back up and show you. If your foot, when you run, it strikes and it kind of lands inward like that. So that means your arch actually collapses when you're running. So try for this. I coach girls basketball. Awesome. Yes, girls basketball, this is really common, also having shin splints. I'm going to show you a bunch of exercises you can do to help your girls not get shin splints, and a couple different tips to help them as well. Because that hard basketball floor, yes, can definitely cause a lot of shin pain. So again, overpronation can cause shin splints. So when you're, it means your arch is collapsing and your foot is rolling inward. Also, it's from inadequate stretching from the athlete. Your shoes are too old. And also it's just the athlete having too much stress on their body. So they've either jumped into training too quickly, they've added hill workouts too soon, or their body just isn't ready for the stress that they're adding from physical activity, and their shins are paying for it. So there's a lot of different treatments, thankfully. This is something that, if you're catching now, is good, because if you do not catch it early, it can turn into a stress fracture, which is when the bone actually starts to crack. So right now, your shin bone, the muscle is slightly tearing off, and what if your ankle rolls out? That means you're a supinator. So if you're kind of rolling outward, that means you supinate. Pronators roll in and supinators roll out. Good question, though. Thanks for asking. And there's different shoes. Can I give you my email? Absolutely. Email me at mommysmarathon.com, and I'm going to send this list of exercises to you, as well as some different tips to help your girls with shin pain. Awesome. I'm so glad I can help. So, treatment. Lots of different things we can do for treatment. But before I get into that, again, please make sure you're treating shin splints early, because it can turn into a stress fracture. So right now, Ty, awesome. Thanks for tuning in. The shin is slightly tearing and is inflamed, so there's like a little muscle on top that's kind of tearing and inflamed, but when you keep giving the stress, it's actually going to crack your bone, and essentially you're going to have a break on your bone. So let's stop it now. There's a lot of different things you can do, and I'm going to help you. mommysmarathon.com. Yep, check me out and go to the contact page, and you can just go ahead and request information. I'm going to send this list of exercises to you. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so first off, if you're having shin pain, it's really wise to decrease your running or stop if it's serious and move to some cross training. So some swimming, biking, or ellipticaling would be good. I prefer swimming because it takes all the pain off of that, but if you're not feeling pain, God bless you too. If you're not feeling pain when you're ellipticaling or biking, go ahead. If any of those cause pain, stop. Do not continue doing them. You need to also make sure you're wearing the right kind of shoes. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to go to your local running store and ask them to test your feet. They're going to tell you what kind of runner you are. If you're neutral, which means that your foot strikes well on the pavement. If you're a pronator, which means you kind of strike and roll in, or if you're a supinator and you strike and roll out. They're going to go and tell you what kind of shoes you need, because your body, if it does not have the right kind of shoes, is going to hurt. It's not going to be good. I've had many experiences with the wrong kinds of shoes. No, do not go to Foot Locker. Go to your local running store, because those are people who are knowledgeable about feet and about shoes that are good for your feet. So do not buy your shoes at Foot Locker. You can go to your running store and ask them to test your feet. It's not going to cost you any money. It's totally free. And then you can even go online and buy that particular type of shoe. For example, I like to buy my shoes at Running Warehouse because we don't sadly have a local running store down in this area. But back home, I like to buy my shoes locally because gotta support small, man, especially over the holidays. So if you have a local running store, you should buy them there. So go get your feet tested, and they're going to tell you what kind of shoes you need, and that's going to help your shins as well. Also, make sure you're avoiding those hills, because that strain on your calf can actually cause tightening in the calf, which can lead to pain in the shin. So stay away from the hills until your calf pain is done, and then gradually start working back into hill workouts. You can also be icing your shins. So if you just take a styrofoam cup and fill it with water and put it in the freezer, and then tear off the top so it's going to kind of have the top kind of like a push pop, and I want you to rub that ice up and down your shin for about 20 minutes. You can do that up to 3 times a day. Give that a try, and that'll help reduce the inflammation in your shin. Also, stretches can really, really help. Anytime you stretch your Achilles, which is this muscle right here under the calf, or stretching your calf, can actually help to loosen those shins as well. There's a really great stretch you can do, which I'm going to show you down here, for your shins. And it's super easy. All you're going to do is sit up on your legs like so, and you're just going to sit back on your feet. And that's going to stretch out your shins as well to keep it nice and loose, okay? You can do this for about 10 to 20 seconds, and that's it. All right, I'm going to show you another couple awesome of exercises that you can do with your feet to help strengthen your shins. These are considered prevention exercises and strengthening exercises. So even if you're having shin pain now, you can do these exercises, or you can do them now and prevent some different shin pain. So first thing what you can do is what are called heel walks. You do all these barefoot. You can do them on your carpet at home, or you can do them outside in the grass. And you're just going to take 10 steps walking on your heels. So I'm not going to do 10, but I'm just going to show you. It doesn't have to be anything special. You just walk on your heels for 10 steps. Okay? After you walk on your heels, you can walk forwards, and then you can also go backwards 10 steps. Okay? After you've done those, you can go, I'm sorry, these are on your toes. I'm saying heels. So you can go on your toes. Then you do on your heels 10 steps. And you walk backwards 10 steps on your heels. Like so. Good job. The next exercise are called duck walks. So you're going to put your feet outward. You're going to go up on your toes, and you're going to take 10 steps on your toes. Then you're going to do what is called pigeon-toed, and you're going to turn your toes inward, and you're going to do 10 walks like a pigeon. Next, you're going to do outside walks. So you're going to kind of do that supinating position with your feet, and you're going to put your weight to the outside, and you're going to do 10 walks on the outsides of your feet. Then do the opposite. You're going to put your weight inward, almost like you're pronating, and you're going to walk inside on 10 times on your feet. All right, just 2 more exercises left to show you. You can do what are called calf and heel raises. So I'm going to show you sideways. All you're going to do is you're going to lift, and you're going to go up and then roll back. And you can do this 10 times. All right, hopefully that still stayed on there. There we go. 10 times. Good job. And then all you're going to do is you're going to work to strengthen your arches, so they'll actually work to not be pronate. Because fun fact, you can actually change the way you run and move from a pronator to a neutral runner. For me, doing these strength exercises, I used to be a terrible pronator, which if you can see, that's when your arch drops, kind of like so. But after I work on these exercises, I can really help to make my arch stronger and to not be a pronating runner anymore. I've actually moved to more of a neutral runner. So what you're going to do is, if you notice, I do kind of naturally drop. All I'm going to do is work to kind of take my knees outward and pull my heels up. I really want to raise my heels up as much as I can. I'm sorry, my arches. So I want my foot to be nice and arched. So let me just show you on one. This is how I would normally stand. I am, naturally somewhat a pronator. But I want to turn my knee outward and try to push so I have a nice arch. And I'm going to hold that for 10 seconds. And that's going to help to strengthen my arch as well as my muscles in my shin. You can stop. You can do that up to 3 times for 10 seconds at a time. And all of these exercises will really help to strengthen your shins. I hope you found these helpful today. Again, shin splints are something that are a pain, literally, but are also something that can be easily prevented with watching how much you exercise and by adding in specific exercises to strengthen your shins. I hope you found this Periscope helpful today, and I'll be doing more running tips every day. I'm on Periscope normally in the morning and afternoons, giving running tips and other tips about life, business, and running. I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks so much for tuning in.